Hello, hello, hello. OMG. Welcome back to my channel. So excited you are here. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I appreciate you. It's Jody Dunn coming at you with a new weekly video, and I am out working in the garden. I did this bed a couple of weeks ago, but I have a couple of things I still want to do to it. I did buy a new perennial that I want to add into the ground, which is an Artemisia. Never heard of it before. Saw it when I was at Walmart just over a week ago. It is literally so soft. It feels like you are touching a blanket. And I was like, oh, I got to have this. So I bought it, and I'm going to plant it in this bed. And then I want to make a small change in this bed as well. And then I have another bed that I really haven't given too much attention to. And it's right in the front of my house. So we're going to work on that bed as well today. If you are new and you just found me, I am so happy that you are here. Would you please say hello to me and let me know you are new in the comments so I can welcome you and say hello to you. And if you are already subscribed, thank you so much for coming back to another video. I appreciate you so much. Leave me a hello in the comments so I can say hi to you. I think we have finally reached a point where we are at least 70 degrees now. It took us a while to get to spring, but most days now have been warm enough that I don't need to wear a jacket while I'm outside, which is just lovely because our season is so short anyways, and I just cherish the warm weather and my time to be able to be outside. I know some of y'all that live in the really hot states, it's too hot to be outside, but we don't usually. Sometimes in the heat of summer, we will get up to 100, but that's usually July or August, so I'm good right now. So I'm spending all my free time basically outside, getting my gardens all together, and it's just been so incredibly enjoyable. All right, I think that looks fantastic there. Man, this bed is really coming together. I'm absolutely so appreciative of how it looks today, but I'm not gonna lie, I cannot wait to see it next year. I really cannot. I know some of these things are really gonna fill out, and it's just gonna look fantastic. So remember, in the last video I showed you, I moved this hydrangea. Well, the next day, all the leaves were drooping. I was like, oh no, she's not gonna make it. But I just kept watering her every day, and she's looking pretty good. So hopefully she'll put on some growth this season. I don't know, we will see, but as of right now, she is alive, so that is a good sign. And Artemisia, I think you are going to get big and lush and beautiful. And I'm sorry I kept forgetting to water. You can see how brown it got down there, sitting in a dang pot. I've only had it for just a little over a week. I have watered it a couple times, but they just dry out so quick in those little pots. So one more thing I think I want to do to this bed before I'm totally finished, and then we'll get the mulch all the way over. Well, two more things. I'm going to put a little support up for my poor peony. We got a real heavy rain the other day. Didn't last long, but it was just enough to make them droop. So what I think I want to do here is, this is Autumn Joy sedum, which I really love. I just love the way it looks when it pops up and it's green. But man, oh man, the flowers it gives in the very late summer and into the fall are spectacular. And I wish there was 3 here. And so I'm going to make 3. I was going to split this one, but this one is like 2 times the size of that one. So I think I'm going to split this one and just plant one more right there. And then, hang on. Okay, I just wanted to back up a little bit for you. See that, like that big gap in the middle? I think that will look so pretty if there are 3 of them there. You know, odd numbers are just visually appealing anyways. So let's split the bigger one and just add it right there to the middle. I got these, like, I don't know, they're like half circle support things for bushes, basically, that need support. I think I ordered mine from Amazon, so I'll link them down in the description box, but I'm just going to put this little support up to hold the peony flowers up because they're drooping, which I know usually peony do not have a super sturdy stem, and the flowers are so huge that they almost always droop. So anyways, I got that in. I'm going to dig my hole for the sedum, and basically I just pulled it apart a little and looked if I could see like a division, and I could see a nice little division here with a little chunk. I just stuck my shovel right in it. This stuff, let me tell you, it is hardy as heck. Not last year, but the year before, my husband was spraying for weeds with like Roundup or something and killed these, or so I thought. They totally died that year. Browned to the ground, and I was like, oh my gosh, you killed those plants. The next year they popped back up. I couldn't even believe it. So apparently not even Roundup can kill the sedum. I mean, the year it happened, they looked terrible. They looked dead. So anyways, I just stuck my shovel in there, pulled out a chunk, and just made myself a free plant. Okay, you really can't even tell that I took a darn thing off of that one. Obviously, you can tell that one is smaller, but I just got myself a free plant. That was awesome. That looks so much better. It's going to look so beautiful when the middle one fills out as well, and then they'll both continue to grow as well. So that looks way, way better. And you have to tell me, I did not know that peony were fragrant. Are they not all fragrant? Because this one smells incredible. I got to get another thing around the side, but it smells so good. I swear, my daughter has 2 peony in her yard, and I don't recall, I took some flowers home last year. I don't recall it having any scent at all. These smell so dang good. So look at that. Cut a little, just a little chunk where I could see like an easy natural division. And by next year, that'll probably be as big as these two. So super happy I got that done. All right, we're going to work on this bed here because I haven't hardly done anything to this bed. I have 3 pots here that my mom gave me last year that had strawberries in them. They never did a dang thing for me. I left them outside all winter. So I am just going to dump everything that was in them out because I don't want the strawberries anyways. And then we're going to do some stuff to this bed. Todd the toad. He's back. There he is. What a cute little guy. Hi, Todd. Can you eat some more bugs? We're getting a lot of bugs right now. All right, I washed all those off. I'm going to, I thought there were 3 matching ones, but they are not, but that's okay. I'm going to collect some sticks, fill the bottom, then fill it with new potting soil and plant up some red geraniums. I think will look beautiful here. I always try to put something in the bottom of my pots just to help with drainage and so you use less soil. I have an abundance of sticks in my yard at all times, so I'm going to use sticks, but you can use anything. In some of my bigger pots, I've used plastic bottles. You can use smaller nursery pots if you have extra nursery pots. It's fantastic so that you don't go through so much soil, and again, it helps with drainage. So this bed is a bed I have really never focused on. I put flowers in the pot, and then last year for Mother's Day, my husband bought me 4 hostas, so I did plant them in here. And then I've got 3 bleeding hearts in here that my friend Vivian had given me. But it's right in the front of the house. I don't know why I've never focused on this bed. So we're just going to try to make this bed look beautiful today. And then I filled the pots and then had a little dang oopsie. Oh, mother effer. Dang it. Spilled a bunch of the dirt out that I just put in there. Gosh darn it. So now I got to add a little bit more dirt to this one. But I found these beautiful red geraniums, and I overwintered my geraniums from last year. Ones that I had in a hanging basket did not make it, but the other three did make it. So I looked at this as an investment. So now I'll overwinter these and always have some red geraniums. This bed is a tricky bed for me. I think that's why I've never done much to it. The first year, let's see, 2022, I had flowers just in the front. That was all I had in this bed. And I planted flowers that were full sunflowers, and they did horrible because I had a huge oak tree branch that was shading this bed for most of the day. Oh, my mom also gave me these little cute planters. They're like little frogs. Oh my gosh, they're adorable. She gave them to me last year. I never did anything with them. So I'm going to put them here in this bed. They do not have drainage holes in them. So I put a bunch of sticks at the bottom, filled them with soil, and I'm just going to plop, they're small, so I'm just going to plop one little vinca in each pot. I don't know, it's fine. I put little pink vincas, but I was thinking red would have looked really nice, but that's all right. It looks super cute. And hopefully without a drainage hole in there, they'll do okay. I guess time will tell. Okay, that looks super, super cute. So happy I went with red geraniums, and I'll be able to overwinter those like I did my other ones. I was thinking I should have put that red celosia in there. I can still change it. Let me know what you think. Would the red celosia look better in there? I think they'll stay pretty small. The vincas could get really big. But anyways, I went looking today, 2 different places. I think what I want to do to this bed, so all my bleeding heart will die back probably within the next month. So those will be totally gone. I got to do the pot. I haven't figured out what I want to put in there. But I was thinking today it would look so cute if I put now I can't think of what it's called. It's a hydrangea that's small, a smooth hydrangea, but like the mini that only gets 1 to 2 feet tall. And I was thinking one right there in between those 2 rocks would look so cute. And then one on the end of that bed would look so dang cute in here. But I can't find them. I might have to order them online, or I might have to choose something different. I was also thinking if I could find a mini, like a 2 or 3 foot spirea maybe on each end. I don't know. Let me know what you think. But loving how the red geraniums just make the whole bed pop. Once I figure out the pot, that will make a difference too. Hi, Mama. Hi. Here you go. Would you like to come to me? Come on, Mama. First time Mama ever came to me. Hi, Mama. Yeah, we call you Mama because I'm pretty sure you had babies. Yeah, I'm pretty sure because I can kind of see. Yeah, I think you might be feeding some babies. Hi, Mama. Thanks for coming to me. Is that your little baby boy that I've been seeing? Where is baby boy? Hi, Mama. Hi. Here you go, Mama. Hi. Hi, Mama. Oh, I'm so happy you come to me. Thank you, Mama. Thank you. Oh, it's so beautiful. I was going to let Clarky out so we could do some work, but I don't want to leave him in the house, but I don't want to scare you away, Mama. Hi, Clarky. Are you happy? Yeah, Mama's is gone. Mama's is gone. So, all right, come on. Let's go show. I got an idea. I know I said I wanted compact, short, hydrangeas. But I couldn't find them, and honestly, I'm just tired of spending money. I just can't believe how much everything is. Maybe because I want so many things. But anyways, I've been telling you about this for 2 years now. I'm pretty certain, hydrangeas back here that have been growing for years. My guess is that the previous owner, I've heard she had a beautiful yard, and chipmunks running around. I'm just watching Clarky. I heard she had a beautiful yard, and I'm sure it wasn't overgrown. Plus, the trees were not as big as they are now. And these literally do nothing. They get no shade, or I mean, they get basically no sun. This is one. That's one. There's so many back here. I'm pretty sure this is one. So even though I really wanted compact, I have several Annabelles in my own yard that are free for me. So I'm going to dig 2 up, and we're just going to see what happens. I said last year that I needed to dig these up and move them because they literally grow just to the size they are right now and then do nothing. I've had several people tell me that hydrangeas will grow, the Annabelles at least, in the shade and flower. But these are not doing anything back here. So I'm going to move them so I don't have to pay for anything. And we'll see if maybe me moving them, they'll do something. I mean, I guess it's not going to hurt anything. They're not doing anything back here. So, and I still got a bunch of stuff back here I got to clean up. So I'm going to move these. Now, this was way harder to get up than the other things I have moved. This is very established. It took me only about 3 minutes to get this one up. So I dug way too big of a hole because I didn't know it was just going to come up like this. I was hoping it would come up with all the dirt. I'm talking to the camera. But the roots look good. I'm certain I cracked some of them, so hopefully she will do okay. But I'm going to stick her right in that hole there, and we're going to cross our fingers and pray for the best. All right, I don't know. I'm giving her some compost. I'm not going to give her any fertilizer yet. As soon as I got her in here and buried down, she really started drooping. But when I transplanted the daisies, those drooped for at least a week and a half. I had to water them constantly. So I know I'll have to do that with her too, or with the hydrangeas as well. So, cross my fingers. Let me know if you've ever taken up a cutting of a hydrangea. Give me some hope here. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to go get another one. But as I was saying, this bed is just kind of tricky to me because the first year I put all the full sun-loving plants in my planter and they did horrible because it was getting too much shade. We had the oak tree trimmed and then it got a lot more sun. So last year what I put in the pot was more shade-loving plants, and those did not do well because they were getting too much sun. So I might even have to move. I put those hostas in there that my husband had got me last year. And by the end of the year, they were all burning up because they were getting too much sun. So I don't know. This bed is just tricky. It's like an in-between bed, like in between full sun now that we've had the oak tree trimmed and in between shade. So this one was a bigger one, and it took me 9 dang minutes to get it up, which still isn't that bad. But boy, was I cracking a lot of roots. This was very, very well established. So again, crossing my fingers that these do something, at least give me a little hope and stop drooping. But I just keep remembering when I transplanted those daisies, I didn't think they were going to make it because they were so droopy for over a week. So hopefully, I hope. I found this, remember I was saying that I didn't want to pay for anything because everything's so dang expensive. This particular hydrangea too has a very, very long, I had to dig like a long hole for this one. I went to the nursery looking for a couple of things and I could not believe how much some of the things. I wanted some Hakanakoa grass, and I was going to get 2. They were $25 for a little small pot. And I was like, this is ridiculous. So anyways, I found a little backyard nursery. I went on Facebook Marketplace and was just searching some things I want and found this little backyard nursery in my town. And he had a bunch of Annabelle cuttings that he was selling and told me that he has made $6,000 just from selling cuttings off of his Annabelle. So please let these make it. All right, they're in. They don't look, the best at this point. That one had pretty large root. And I stuck another cutting in, and then I had that shoot coming up too. So we'll see. This one was just a cutting. It had a little bit of roots on it. Even if it didn't have roots on it, it probably would root. So I just stuck it in that pot with some soil. We'll see what happens. And then this one. So they've all been watered in. I'm going to keep an eye on them, make sure I'm watering them daily, because hydrangeas like water anyways, and they'll need extra if they're trying to establish themselves. So let's cross our fingers and hope maybe they survive. That was a lot of work. Way harder digging those up than digging up, what have I dug up so far? Hostas, astilbe, heuchera. I mean, I've dug up a lot of things. I'm certain these have been in the ground for many, many years. So they established quite a root system, which I greatly disturbed and broke apart. But they should be okay. Let's cross our fingers. All right, so this is how I ended up doing this pot, just using things that I had. I just didn't feel like going to buy anything else. So I had one zinnia left. I think that is a lantana. I put a couple of coleus in there, a couple of celosia in there, and then a black potato vine. So the zinnia will definitely fill out, and the lantana for me got super big last year. So I think that will work out good. All right, and the last step is putting down fresh mulch because I am now done with this bed. So anyways, the backyard nursery was really awesome. I got some hostas that I don't have for very, very cheap. I'll show you some things I got in another video, but anyways, I'm just crossing my fingers that those hydrangeas make it. And I haven't even asked you yet, but I would love to hear what's happening in your world this week. Let me know if you're working on any fun projects, if you're doing any gardening. Definitely feel free to share it with me down in the comments if you would like to. And if you're part of my membership, I will see you on Thursday with a new video where I'm sharing my journey to get healthy. We didn't even mulch this bed last year, so it had been 2 years since it had fresh mulch. So this is really going to make everything look just absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy with how this bed turned out. I'm going to get this all spread around and we will take a look at what this bed looks like. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today in this video. I appreciate you so very much. All right, this bed is finished. I am so happy. I hope those hydrangeas make it. I hope they don't look terrible, which does not surprise me because I pulled them out of their home, but oh my gosh, it looks so pretty. It looks so great with the fresh mulch. That hydrangea over there looks horrible too, but everybody cross your fingers and hope that the 3 of them make it. I don't care if it takes a couple years for them to establish. That's totally fine. But, oh, I think this bed turned out just fantastic. This is just not a bed I focused on until this year. Of course, I did put the hostas in last year. And the fall before that, we had the oak tree trim. So this is way more full sun now. But anyways, I think it looks just lovely. I'm so happy with it. And I did have a couple of snapdragons that seated themselves here. So I'm just going to leave them and see what they do. All right, so I'm so happy to have that bed done. It looks so dang cute. We're gonna close the video out. I did have a couple of zinnias that I hadn't planted yet, so I put 2 orange ones there in this bed, and then 2 yellow ones down here. So those will fill out this section for sure. Look at how good am I getting buds? This is a phlox. Those might be buds. Oh, I'm so excited. So excited. The hydrangea I transplanted, looking pretty good. I did transplant, well, my friend Vivian gave me some columbine from her yard, so I put those there. They don't look great, but I don't know, is it almost time for columbine to be done for the year? But look at how good this hibiscus looks that I transplanted from the back. I mean, it doesn't look anywhere near as good as this one, but it is coming in. Did my husband lay? Oh, he laid some mulch down. He laid the mulch down over here. Oh, wonderful. Oh, yay. So we got this bed finished now too, I think. So I thought I had to come in here and mulch, but the only thing I don't like about him mulching is he uses so much. So you can see he must have ran out. We had 4 more bags, and I only needed from there to the end of the bed. I could have got, maybe I'll spread it out. Anyways, that is definitely doing well, so I'm super duper happy. And that's going to be it for this week's video. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I appreciate you. I hope it inspired you to get out in your garden if you like to garden. And I'm going to see you again next week. Have a great day. Bye.